Software like this is an investment in your workflow, and we appreciate you choosing CaseGuard to help redact your files. Today, we are going to be covering the basics of CaseGuard, including a first look at the software and how to customize it and make it your own. But first, let's take a look at how we download the software to the computer. CaseGuard will send you a link to either my.caseguard.com or gov.caseguard.com, depending on your agency. To create a new account, click Sign Up. Enter your email, preferably your work email. Fill out all the fields and create a password. Enter the code sent to verify your email. Then, use that information to sign in. Select your organization or click Join Organization and have your admin send you the unique code. Go to the bottom left corner and click Downloads. Here is where you can download the most recent version of CaseGuard Studio, and for our enterprise users, CaseGuard Hub. It's best to stick to the recommended settings when installing CaseGuard, and when it is downloaded, open the application. Every time that you open the application, it's going to ask you to log on your browser. When you open CaseGuard, you are greeted with the welcome window. You can create a new project, open an existing project, get started on a bulk redaction, open the CaseGuard recorder to screen record and bring digital proprietary files into CaseGuard, and look at the redaction manual that opens a tab in the browser to dozens of helpful articles for learning the software. Underneath all that is this video series that helps visualize CaseGuard. Let's create a new project. It's going to show you where you can store the project, and you can give it a descriptive name here. Clicking on more information, you can put in the name of the requester, their email, the case number, and other optional but helpful information. Then, click on New Project. Here is the import wizard where we can bring files into Studio. You can import files from the device, from the web via an HTML link, Axon Evidence Management, and Box.com. We will be going more in depth on how to set up these integrations in the next video. For now, we're just going to bring in some files from our hard drive. Now let's go to Settings, under the Tools tab in the top left corner here. So this is General. Here's where we can set how often the autosave feature runs, between every 5 and 10 minutes is recommended, and we can select which graphics card to use for AI detection. Extensions list every file that is compatible with CaseGuard. To add your own, simply go to the type of file that you're trying to work on, enter a semicolon, dot, and the extension that you're trying to add. In Export, you can change the suffix of every single redacted file that you export, and you can change it to whatever you want. And you can also change the marked copy style from this border to this highlight, whichever suits your needs. In audio, if you're working with Vox audio a lot, then you can change the decoding codec or the decoding sampling rate as you need. Here's where you can also change the audio redaction margins to make sure that you got everything. The recommended is between 5 and 10 milliseconds. For transcription, select the closest transcription region to you. You can also change the way that mute or bleep show up in your transcript. It can be based on your agency's requirements or to make things more evident that something was redacted. For document, you can choose to show the reasons for redaction right on the boxes. You can also change the default colors when redacting and highlighting text in documents. And you can even change the way that the redactions look. Once again, it can be based on your agency's requirements or to make things more evident that something was redacted. In OCR, it is best to use a smaller and faster OCR model, and it is recommended to automatically OCR new PDF files rather than manually running OCR every time. Change the language of your file if you need to for the most accurate results. If you don't see the file language here in the drop-down menu, then you can go to the plus icon and you can download whichever language model you need. In media defaults, change the defaults of the effect you want to apply. You can change the shape and the detection mode. You can also change the default redaction for audio from either mute or bleep. And you can even adjust how loud the bleep tone is going to be. Teamspace allows you to change where the folder that those videos get stored on to your computer while you work on them. In the Watcher, you can change how often the Watcher checks a file, the maximum number of files in the schedule, and you can even allow the Watcher to be linked with the cloud. Shortcuts allow you to learn and quickly adjust your workflow to the most efficient way for you. If there's a shortcut that you are used to that does not appear that way on CaseGuard, then you can easily change it by simply clicking and entering your shortcut. Integrations is where you can manage all the accounts that are signed into third-party integrations. Theme allows you to choose the look of CaseGuard to make everything look clear to you. And agency information allows you to put the name of your agency, the division, address, phone number, website, as well as a logo of the agency for your printable and digital reports. On the right side of the window, you have several panels that you can collapse or expand to fit your preference. Project Files allows you to see all the files you have added to the project. Video Activity allows you to see everything you or the AI found and redacted from the video. Audio Activity allows you to see everything you or the AI found and redacted from the audio. Transcription allows you to see the automatically generated transcription for audio and video with audio. And Translation allows you to translate the transcript into over 130 different languages and dialects. On the left-hand side, there are different tool sets for every file type. For video, you will have these tools available to you. Manual lets you draw a box wherever you want on the frame. Tracker allows you to redact moving objects through multiple frames by following the pixels behind it. AI Search automatically finds and redacts 12 categories of PII. Templates for redacting standard video. And in Tools, this is where you can resize your video. For audio and video with audio, you will have these tools available to you. AI Audio automatically finds and redacts 33 categories of PII by generating a transcript and redacting that. Search Lists lets you find and redact specific identifiers that AI can't. And Captions. Under the menus up top, we have some important functions. Here you can create a new project. You can open up a different project, add files, save your work, access Teamspace if you have it, run bulk processing, open up the CaseGuard screen recorder, CaseGuard diagnostics for any error messages, print or download reports, see what tasks are being scheduled, and the file log allows you to see notes and the digital fingerprint. Over here we have 4 different modes of viewing the file. Here we have edit mode that allows you to add a border and see where effects are applied. Edit mode view allows you to see behind the applied effect. Preview mode allows you to see what it will look like upon export. And original mode allows you to see how the clip looked before redaction. Right here is where we can zoom out or zoom in. And this is where we will be able to get numbers on how zoomed in or out we are. Pro tip, if you hold Control and then scroll on the video with your mouse, you will be able to zoom in and zoom out very quickly. Here I have a document, and there's a few differences in the panels and the tools that are available to redact this. First, we're going to see that we only have 3 panels on this right side. We have the Project Files panel, we have the Activity panel, and we have the Pages panel. The Activity panel is going to work just like the video and the audio activity panels. And here in this Pages panel, we're going to be able to see at a glance all of the pages in this particular document. In the Pages panel, we can easily select certain pages, and we can either export selected pages to a new document, or if we need to, we can rotate them. And this button allows us to organize the pages. So right here, we have a whole host of options. If we select these, then we are able to delete them, We can add text separators, or we could even split the document or extract them. We will go into further detail in the video highlighting document redaction. But here, if we wanted to delete these, then we totally can. And we just hit apply, and our document is changed so that we're only redacting the things that we need. On the left, we have a few different tools. Here we are able to search for our text, and we can run search lists as well. Here we have AI search, where we can find and redact 33 categories of PII in documents. Here's patterns, where we're able to find and redact things like email addresses, phone numbers, URL addresses, pretty much anything that comes in a standard form. Here's where we can run OCR. Here's where we can apply templates to standardized documents. AI image allows us to find and redact PII in any images that are in documents. And tools are where we can fully redact pages, organize the pages, or create and apply watermarks. So after all is said and done, we can go up to the print report tabs. And here we have our standard report, but we also have our exemption log, privilege log, the activity, and a few other reports that we can download. And here's where we're able to see our file name, how long the file is, and then all of the information that we can add at the very beginning when we are creating this project. And we can see no tasks have been added, but we can see every single task that has been performed. And if we want, we can include a file log as well as the metadata for this report. Then we go up to export. And here is where we are able to export as a redacted copy or as a marked copy. We're going to export as a redacted copy if this is ready to send to our requester, or we can export as a marked copy where our reviewer or our higher ups will be able to see what exactly has been redacted and then approve or reject that version. From there, we can export and send it to the proper parties. To see the exported and original versions of the files, click on the Project File button to see everything in your File Explorer. For any further questions or specific scenarios, send an email to support@caseguard.com or reach out to your dedicated account manager. Thanks again for choosing CaseGuard. I'll see you in the next lesson.